Oh my god. Resident Evil 9 is the newest game in the franchise, with a dual protagonist campaign featuring Grace Ashcroft and the beloved Leon S. Kennedy. But did you know that in early development, this game was meant to be a Leon solo game? This all changed when the developers realized that the experienced Leon Kennedy just wouldn't be scared of anything anymore, so he doesn't mesh with the horror-directed experience. That's where Grace comes in. Her gameplay is the horror-focused gameplay, while Leon gets all the action. But what if that was all different? What if Capcom didn't create the character of Grace and continued development with a Leon-focused game? Well, that's exactly what today's video will answer. With the help of a mod created by RabbitTunedIM, you play the entire story as Leon Kennedy, including most of Grace's sections. But the question is, can you beat Resident Evil 9 as only Leon? Let's find out. The game opens not with Grace investigating the murder site and getting abducted, but with Leon discovering Grace being abducted. This segment plays it exactly like it usually would, as you run through and take out the enemies, following behind Victor. Afterwards, we normally get a segment where you play as Grace as she's stalked by the girl, but unfortunately, this segment is also skipped, and we open right back up to Leon arriving at the Rhodes Hill Care Center. This segment also plays out just like usual, where Leon's reaction time really shines. We then fight through the enemies, chainsawing the door and making our way to where Grace is being attacked by the girl. After getting choked out by Victor, Leon is magically transported to the other side of the gate, where Grace is nowhere to be found. It's the Grace section. Leon makes his way down to the safe room. After entering the connected room, we see exactly why this isn't a Leon only game. Oh my god, him looking scared is so funny. He then spots a little girl, where after an astute observation, he discovers she is blind. Robbing the keycard off the dead body, we enter the West Wing, where we promptly take out the chef because Leon Kennedy doesn't subscribe to stealth sections. We raid the pantry, where we're able to get an extra bullet for our Requiem. We run through the West Wing, taking out every infected we see because, like I said, Leon Kennedy doesn't subscribe to stealth sections. This also makes navigating the halls easier throughout the run, which is a plus. We make our way upstairs, where curiosity got the better of me. I can go up here. Oh, after replaying that entire section over again, we make our way upstairs, not letting temptation get the better of us this time, to take out everyone on the balcony. Entering the chairman's office, we are told that we are fired. Aw, not taking that news lightly, Leon makes quick work of the chairman and acquires the first of 3 quartz. These quartz are our key to escape, so they're very, very valuable. We use the jewel to enter the locked room, where we acquire the East Wing keycard. Thanks for the hand. We swiftly make our way through the East Wing, heading upstairs, where we see a dead body with an inconspicuous level 1 keycard. Hello, Chunky Monkey. After defeating Chunk, we go to find the corrosive in a room guarded by the singing lady and a few zombies. After taking them all out, we take the corrosive, experiencing one of many lag spikes when the game begins to get confused on how the fuck Leon acquired a Grace exclusive item. We backtrack to the room that holds the other quartz, where we discover Victor waiting for us to be there. He's very confused because last he checked, Leon was unconscious and tied up in a chair. Leon decides he's had enough of Victor's bad breath and tricks him into leaving the room. Now that he's gone, we can acquire the second quartz. With our level 1 keycard in hand, we make our way back to the West Wing and use said keycard on this gate, allowing us to pick up the wrench and make our way to the garage to get the organ transplant box. This guy crashes the party, and Leon doesn't like party crashers. We head over to the metal door, where we use our newly acquired wrench to open it, where we discover an artificial heart just hanging there. Making our way back to the East Wing, we place the artificial heart and lungs into this opened up corpse, reviving it to take the level 2 keycard because apparently just undoing the strap and grabbing the keycard is just too easy for Leon. With this new keycard, we can now enter the isolation ward, which is for some reason connected to the security manager's office. Interesting layout to say the least. We discover the final quartz puzzle, but unfortunately, this one doesn't have the symbols. Instead of just doing trial and error to determine which of these buttons is which, we take this guy's level 3 keycard so we can go endanger a little blind girl to do it for us. Making our way back to Emily, Leon approaches her room, wondering if this is the right play. In his old age, he then forgets that he was second guessing himself and unlocks the door. We pick her up and don't worry, she's fine. We make our way all the way to the security manager's office, which was very easy as we have taken out every enemy in the care center so far. Setting Emily down to do the puzzle.
What? Are you kidding me? Fuck off, dude. How many bullets you take?
We hear infected people awakening, so Leon, looking very manly, tells Emily to wait here while he handles the enemies. After what feels like ages, Emily has finally finished the puzzle and we have taken out all the enemies. So we go back to grab her and the girl smashes through the wall, leaving Leon not scared because Leon is never scared. He then follows behind, descending into the hole left by the girl. We then transition to, wait a minute, how are we in this chair? It's the Leon section now. Anyhow, Victor starts being very, very touchy, which Leon doesn't appear to be into. So he cuts his rope and starts beating on Victor. One wondering if he's starting to go insane after seeing 2 Leon Kennedys, Victor makes his escape. Making our way out of this room, we find another chunk. After a little fight with him, we take him out, making our way into the main care center, where Leon doesn't really have anybody to fight because he cleared them all out already. This time, however, going up to the 3rd floor doesn't just lead to a drop into the Minecraft void. This whole section plays out just like usual, where we enter Victor's office, take out a whole bunch of enemies, and then find a computer where Leon finds out some info about Grace. Switching back to our more terrified rendition of Leon, we find ourselves in an underground section. Doesn't everyone love the underground sections of Resident Evil games? Anyways, we find Emily, who has been left relatively unscathed in a jail cell, and to unlock it, we need to acquire 3 joint plugs. After picking out the first one, the girl makes an appearance where we are forced to use our only remaining Requiem bullet to stun her and run past. We backtrack to where we came from, using the joint plug to power a door, leading us into a room where we pick up a square socket wrench. This will come in handy for later. We make our way out of this room, but not before being interrupted by the girl, which we aggro and loop around this obstacle like it's Dead by Daylight to exit the room. With our wrench in hand, we use the joint plug to power this door next, allowing us to use the wrench and crouch through this passageway, entering a new room where we take out the zombie and acquire another joint plug. Making our way back out, we make sure to grab the first joint plug and make our way to the collection pool room and use our wrench again to open up this dual plug, burning the girl who is apparently following behind me. We enter a room which sets up the least obvious Resident Evil jump scare detour, because why the fuck else wouldn't we just be able to cross here? We enter the grinding room where we pick up the forklift key and are teased by the final joint plug. With the forklift key, we can backtrack to where we previously saw a forklift, but not before walking back through this totally necessary detour pipe. Making our way back, we take both of the plugs so we can use them to enter the forklift room, but before entering, a girl drops from the ceiling in front of us, so we quickly run past her, powering the room with the joint plug, forcing her to jump back into the pipe. Using the forklift, we are able to make our way to the other end of the grinding room, where we drain the fluid and simply run across to the other ladder. It could never be that easy. Waiting out the processing phase, we are able to make our way up, grabbing the final plug, making our way back to a large pipe which leads directly back to the collection pool room. After reacquiring the other joint plugs, we are finally able to power the cell doors, opening every single cell, which each house infected. Running past them all, carrying Emily very normally, nothing to see here. Oh fuck. We reach an elevator which allows us to just narrowly escape the girl. After what feels like years of going up the elevator, the girl appears to crash the party once more, and like I said, Leon doesn't like party crashers. Emily reveals that through all that, she kept the court safe. Thank God, because otherwise we'd been trapped here for all eternity. Exiting the building, we stumble across a man with a helicopter who is giving off literally every red flag that he's up to no good. But without really any options, we leave Emily with him as we go search for the helicopter key. Entering the building, we grab this clearly messed up wine bottle, which so happens to be our ticket to progress. This whole room starts descending, which brings us down to a laboratory. We make our way through, eventually finding the helicopter key. After going through this door, we get a really scuffed first-person cutscene where Victor is tweaking out but locks the fuck in. Before leaving, he started a self-destruct protocol, but unluckily for us, he took the whole house with him. So we have to make our way through a now zombie-filled lab. As if Victor taking the elevator wasn't bad enough, Leon is incapable of using the weapon that Grace would usually use in this section. So getting out of this area is a real struggle as we are swarmed with zombies. After getting absolutely passed around, Leon eventually makes his way out, running past 2 more infected and reaching the helicopter. After infected pile on the helicopter, we crash land, leaving the pilot a donut and Emily injured. We then teleport back to the care center where we left off as the other Leon. Hearing the loud crash of a helicopter, Leon goes to investigate. Wait, when the fuck did you get here? Anyways, now's not the time for asking questions. This section plays out just like normal, where we defend Grace as she enters the church, then following behind her, take out a bunch of enemies. Now unfortunately, the segment where Grace would usually take out the girl using the light and Emily would be taken down by Leon isn't supported in this mod, so we just skip to Leon entering Raccoon City. Now this section is exactly like normal as well, so I won't spend too much time on it. The only difference is, oh, I have 2 Requiems? Yeah, now I have 2 Requiems. Anyways, after being forced to travel on foot, we are ambushed by a huge fucking spider, which after a decently lengthy battle, we take it out using the axe. We then discover that we need a detonator to make it through this large gate, so we embark on finding the 3 parts needed to build it. We find the distributor on top of a building, where we are able to scout out where the other necessary parts are kept. We make our way underground, fighting many zombies, and find 2 batteries to power a gate to a new section of the city. We watch a video from one of the dead BSAA soldiers' headgear, which shows an ominous new villain who we will surely have an epic boss fight with later on. Making our way through the apartments, we get a crank which allows us to progress to the roof, where we acquire the broken signal receiver. We then make our way back down to a gas station to get a gas tank, as our next objective is locked behind a door hooked up to a gas-powered generator. After getting the gas tank, we enter a mini boss fight with a chainsaw zombie, which for some reason rocked my shit several times, causing me to restart the gas station section 3 whole times. I hate that guy. Anyhow, after acquiring gas and making our way to that door which we power at the generator, we are able to use the zipline to descend. We traverse through this fallen building, eventually finding the damaged detonator. To return to the BSAA base, we need to descend on this platform, which we lower after fighting many enemies. After finally making our way back, we open this BSAA crate with a key we picked up earlier, giving us a repair kit and a motorcycle to blow up the gate and travel through. Here we are attacked by Victor and many zombie dogs, ending in, I shit you not, a western standoff with Victor and Leon on motorcycles. Victor is defeated for now, as we make our way to the Raccoon City Police Department. Leon has some pent up emotions here, but now is not the time for that, as Grace is in danger. Getting the jack from the library, we're able to open this gate leading to Zeno and Grace. Now, this video poses the question, can you beat Resident Evil 9 as only, and I mean only, Leon? So, we skip the Chloe section and are met with an old friend. After escaping the RPD, we get a showdown with Mr. X, which I found to be quite fun. After defeating him, we make our way to the orphanage, descending down through plant-infested terrain, as we eventually face off against Plant 42. After defeating it, we enter Ark, where we eventually have to defeat quite a few soldiers, the final one being Hunk. After facing off against Hunk, we make our way to Zeno and Grace yet again, where we surely get a cool boss fight against Zeno. Oh, okay, that'll probably happen later. Now, this is really confusing. Leon leads Leon through some garbage, and then Leon boosts Leon up to an area where, after fighting a few lickers and infected, Leon is able to get an override key, which moves the machine out of the way, so Leon can climb a ladder and make his way back through Ark. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Anyways, if you couldn't already tell, we're back in a Grace section. While in these sections, you may be playing as Leon, but the game's drops don't adjust to feel like it. So, this section had me low on ammo. So backtracking towards where we found the override key, we were able to grab one of those orbs, which looks extremely similar to the orb found in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Anyhow, we then make our way to uncharted territory, which has several lickers and infected in the way of the second orb. After fighting, we run out of ammo, forcing us to run through this section. Leon definitely is not proud. Anyways, we get the final orb, running back through this section again, where we end up in a cutscene that doesn't really like the fact that we're Leon. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming, we're in a Leon section. This section being no different, we take out some lickers and infected, getting a separate override key, and making our way to a door guarded by lickers. We throw this big tank at them, exploding it and injuring all of them to make them easy picking. While we wait for the door to open, these pods of infected open, so we take them out and progress through the now open door. Leon is finally unable to fight the effects of the mutated T-virus infection he has had throughout the game, as we switch back to a super duper short Grace segment. This segment, we just run through a room and a hall, but it's all worth it as we get a funny cutscene with Leon helping up Leon, and then the models are messed up. Making our way to the terminal, Leon tells Leon that he has a plan, and Leon says that he trusts Leon. I'm sorry, I'll stop making those jokes now. We decide to free Elpis, where, unfortunately, the game cuts to Grace magically appearing, and the game progresses like usual. Elpis is revealed to be a cure, which after Zeno injects it into himself, makes him powerless, and Grace uses it on Leon to cure him of the T-virus. After calling him a cheap imitation, Victor kills Zeno, without even letting us get a cool boss fight out of him. Then we descend to fight Victor one-on-one. After unloading many bullets into him and parrying his fucking rocket launcher, Victor is defeated, except not yet. Victor transforms into a huge monster where you shoot his weak spots till he falls over, allowing you to shoot his weak spots again. Do this twice and you get a really epic scripted sequence where Victor grabs Leon and he runs up his arm, striking him with his axe. In the aftermath, Leon, being badass as hell, takes out his Requiem, is what better gun to kill the final boss of the game with than the literal title of the game. Leon ends Victor for good this time and stumbles upon Grace. Grace and Leon are saved by Chris Redfield's team, ending the game. Emily is saved. Grace, who in this timeline didn't really go through many traumatic events, adopts her, and they live happily ever after. At least until Resident Evil 19 comes out, and Grace has to travel back to the care center for whatever reason. Anyways, to answer the question, yes, Resident Evil 9 can be completed with only Leon S. Kennedy. Well, if you mod your game with 2 mods, so you don't have to endure the Chloe section. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.